Someone can close the door, please, so we can get started. We're gonna get started in about 1 minute. Give everyone a chance to come inside. All right, we will get started and welcome everyone to the Anderson CBO and Catchment Area Veterans Town Hall meeting. My name is Yvette Gregg and I'm the Chief of Stakeholder Relations and I'm also the Veteran Experience Officer for Columbia. So today we will have a packed event. Our leadership team up here will give you an update of what's happening not only in the Anderson area but in Columbia and what to expect. You will have the opportunity to ask questions. And we ask if your question is of a personal nature, that we'll assign you someone to answer that. I just want you to be aware we are live. So on social media, we want to make sure we protect your personal health information. We don't want everything to be going out there about what your health condition is. So next thing we're also going to say, well, when you come up, there are 2 mics here up front. If you're able to come to the mic, we ask you to come to the mic to ask your question. If you're not, there is a patient advocate and my administrative officer, Ms. Sharita Johnson, sitting in the, Sharita, raise your hand, please. She will bring the mic to you. And Public Affairs is back in the back, and they will also assist us. We've got Mr. Branch and Y. Anthony, and behind camera there's Scott Perez, who is recording us live. So next thing we're going to do is to, if you can, to stand up. We will do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we will ask Mr. Tom Von Cannell to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And thank you very, very much, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are veterans, please remember to hand salute to everybody. Place your hand on your heart and salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much. Next thing I will do is I will introduce our panel, introduce some of the staff from the CBOC, but I am so excited to announce we have a new permanent medical center director, and his name is Brian E. Arnett. So this is his first town hall meeting. So we're gonna give him some grace. So next, we're gonna introduce, next to him is the Chief of Staff, Dr. McCallum. And next to Mr. Arnett, he's acting 2 roles today. He'll be our Associate Director and our Assistant Director, Mr. Ronnie Mack. And next to him is Dr. Mustard, and she's Associate Director of Patient and Nursing Services. And on the far end, next to me is from the Veterans Benefit Administration, the regional office in Columbia, Ms. Shalia Jackson. So they will definitely be here to answer your questions. Like I said, if we can't answer your question, then we'll have someone get back to you. On the front row, we have several people. There's quite a bit up on the front row. So from Anderson Clinic, and I'm just gonna name a few, I'm not gonna name everyone. So we're gonna talk about who's over all this. It's Dr. Jeffra. Next to him is Dr. Miller. And she is the CMO for that clinic in Anderson. And Jennifer Thompson, she's the nurse manager for that clinic. Audra Livingston, she's an A&E, Associate Nurse Exec for this CBOCs. Sean Riali, he's over the primary care clinic, CBOCs. And Rich Bogan, he's Administrative Officer of those clinics. So there is quite a bit of staff here. If you want to stand up, if I didn't call your name, so the veteran will know that you're here. And also we have some congressional folks in the audience too. We have someone from Senator Graham's office and Congressman Biggs' office, and someone from the representative office for Pickens area. You can raise your hand so we can see who you are. Okay, they may be outside. All right, so with to no further ado, I am going to hand it over to our medical center director, let him introduce himself and let him know what it's like to be here in South Carolina. He comes from California.
All right, thank you so much. I hope you don't mind if I stay. As Ms. Gray mentioned, my name is Brian Arnett. I am the brand new medical center director. Started last week, Monday. And so already the opportunity to be here with you today. I'm really so excited. As Ms. Gregg mentioned, I am here from California, where I was there serving VA and our veterans in Southern California, Arizona, and New Mexico as part of our visit office. And so I'm originally from the East Coast, so I keep saying that I almost feel like I'm back at home. I'm originally from Florida and happy to be here in South Carolina. I had an awesome, warm welcome from the entire team, from our veterans who I've had a chance to meet this past week. But I'm really excited to be here with you today. A little bit about me. I'm not a veteran. I started serving veterans while I was in grad school as a part-time intern, and thought I would leave and go do something else in healthcare. But the mission trapped me. There's, I believe, no greater mission in healthcare than to serve veterans, and I'm proud of that work, but I'm also excited to be able to be here with you so that I can hear from you how we can continue to do that work better. I believe that our veterans who have served in uniform dutifully, family members who continue to care for them deserve the very best from us. And so I love, as I'm looking through data and trying to understand more about this organization as I join, understand that our trust scores are north of 90%, 93% trust score. And so first, I want to say thank you for being here and thank you for allowing us to care for you. Because oftentimes you have options about where you want to get your care. And I want to say thank you for trusting us. But that 93% tells me something, and that is that we have some greater opportunity to get to 100% trust. And so today is really about the opportunity for us to give you some updates, but also to hear from you about your experience, about the opportunities that we have. And so as I continue to join this organization, join this community, and join you here in South Carolina, I'm really excited to be part of this team. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Minner as well as Jennifer for their awesome work, our clinicians who are here on site in Anderson, making sure that we're able to meet your needs. And so I just want to acknowledge them and say thank them for their work, their skill, their expertise in meeting those healthcare needs here at the Anderson CBOC as well. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Mustard. Mr. Suits is not able to join us today, but I'll turn it over to Dr. Mustard. But before I go, one thing that I'll always like to make sure we acknowledge, all of those who may be joining us online, you're not here in the room, but just as important. So just want to acknowledge you and say hello to those of you who might be joining us virtually as well.
I always have trouble with mics. Can you hear me? I don't project very well. Can you hear me in the back? Okay. Well, my name is Ruth Mustard, and I'm the Associate Director for Patient Care and Nursing Services. So I'm in charge of the nursing care that's delivered in our healthcare system. And as Mr. Arnett said, very proud of the nursing staff at the Anderson Clinic. And also proud to say that we don't have, we're pretty well staffed there. We have a couple of vacancies, one RN and one LPN that we're recruiting for. So that makes us fairly well staffed for the authorized positions that we have. And Anderson does cover some specialties. We have sports medicine that comes a couple of 3 days a week, and we're actually planning on moving that solely to Anderson in the future. So we have coverage there. We also have podiatry there, some other specialties that are kind of unique, a little bit larger than some of the other specialty clinics that we have. I did want to point out our mental health folks, and I have a new associate nurse executive for mental health who's here, who's in charge of all the mental health care that's given throughout our healthcare system, and that's Dr. Erica Miller. And Dr. Miller comes to us from the Houston VA, so she's been here little over a month now, and very welcome to have her here and join us to have oversight over the mental health services that we provide. I did want to touch a little bit on what's coming up, and we're heading into flu season. So just wanted to send a reminder that it's very important to get your flu vaccine. Our healthcare system does not have the vaccine yet. We expect it to be arrive probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And at that point, we'll set up clinics or opportunities for you to come to walk into the clinic. There will also be opportunities at some of the pharmacies too, that you can get your shots at a local pharmacy if you'd rather do that. One of the things we do ask you if you get to go to a local pharmacy is that you let your healthcare team know that you've done that, so we can give you credit in our system, and we won't ask you again about that. So just wanted to make sure that you knew about that. We have also added, in terms of the clinic, we've added another leader, and that's an assistant nurse manager to help Jennifer care for all of the nurses and the staff there that provide the care to you all at the Anderson Clinic. And Connie will be helping oversee some of those specialty areas as well. So just glad to be here. If there's any questions that you have of me, please reach out. And I'm available and very happy to be here to hear your concerns and your compliments too, if you have any to share. So thank you. I'll turn it over to Mr. Mack.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronnie Mack, and I'm actually, can you hear me? Yeah. I'm actually the assistant director, but I'm also filling in for Jeff Suits. So I'll start with some of the things that's really under the purview of the associate director. And the first and foremost is the safety, security, and comfortability of all of our veterans that come in to take care of that we take care of. So that's first and foremost that we absolutely take seriously. And our job is to make sure you have a beautiful facility that's clean and that is just top ranked. So with that, I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. If there's any issues, this town hall is the perfect opportunity for you to speak to us, to tell us what's going on, to make sure we keep that facility clean. Now I'm going to flip hats real quick. So now I'm talking to you as assistant director. And my point is to make sure you understand and appreciate the staff that actually help you get through the front door. When people think healthcare, they often think nurses, physicians, and all of those type roles. However, the administrative staff, the support folks, really the bread and butter, especially in a location like Anderson, because you have other pieces like community care. You got to have admin people to take care of that. You need admin people just to usher you in the doors and get you to the right place. So please, when you think about healthcare, when you're at your next appointment, just thank the folks, the MSAs that greet you when you walk in the place. That is utterly important. Now, what I need from you, I need you to help me make this facility even better. Like the director said, we have a score of 93. Well, that sounds great. However, I would like 100. How do we get to 100? We do it as a team. You tell us what you need to make care better for you. That's from the facility, that's from services. You just talk to us and we'll do what we can to make sure that we can take care of you. We are all a family. With that, I'll pass it on to Dr. McCallum.
So good morning, I'm James McCallum, and I'm relatively new in the role of Chief of Staff, but I've been with the Columbia VA Healthcare Center for about 22 years. So I've been around for a little while. And I want to thank you for your service, and I also want to thank you for trusting us with your healthcare. It means a lot to us and not something that we take lightly. We have a fantastic team of providers and in the Anderson Clinic, and we look forward to hearing from you all and knowing what we're doing right and what we can do better. I also want to put out a little bit of a plea here in that I know we send out a lot of surveys, but we would be very appreciative if you all would continue to fill those out and send them in for us. It's one of those things where that helps us know what we're doing right and where we maybe have a lot of opportunities. And I know they can be lengthy, but we really appreciate it. And with that, I'll turn it over to Ms. Jackson.
Hello. Yes. Hi, everybody. Listen, you know I'm always excited to come before you, not just as your regional office director, but as your comrade in arms as well. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. So also as your comrade in arms, I get a chance to come and hear your heart about how we are doing with our awesome mission to make sure everybody that put on the uniform feels that we honor them, feels that we appreciate that service as a grateful nation. And that's what we do every single day. But I really want you to know why you're here today. As you hear the panel talking to you, it's not that we don't have any other duties, but we have no duty more important than you. And so what we are here, it looks formal, but it's not. It's that we are here to hear all of the challenges, all of the issues that might be facing you, because our sincere heart desire is to get it right for you, to get it better for you. And this is what we do every single day. I heard our new director. We are so happy that he is here. I just want to give him a hand. I've been waiting over 3.5 years since I've been director. I just want to give him a hand. Thank you for stepping up and taking this charge. But I want you to see that we are collaboratively working together to get it right for you. And the only way we can get it right is to hear from you. So those, not just the surveys. I noticed that most of you guys, how many people were in the Army? 4? Okay, that's what I thought. Why y'all all in the back? Because you used to us taking a collection. But there'll be no collection taken today. I get it. And I recognize all of the services and branches of service and every man and woman that put on that uniform to keep this nation 250 years. No other nation in the world can claim that. And it came off of your back, off of your dedicated service to this nation. So know that we are accountable to you. Those trust scores, did you hear the direct? We're not happy with 90 plus. We need to get it all right for you. We can only do it with our partnership here. When I first came here, I see you, Brett. When I first came here as a director, I asked for something because I'm used to comrades locking arms and making sure one battle buddy helps another. And I asked that we have a lot of untethered veterans here in South Carolina. And I already know with the kind of collaboration that we have, that we don't want to leave not one veteran unrecognized, unturned, uncommunicated to. So I wanted to continue that. All of the partnerships that I see out here and everything that we have done so far has led to congressional interest, has led to us being able to improve South Carolina care for our veterans. And I do believe that the whole state, the whole United States care about veterans, but nobody loves our veterans like we do in South Carolina. I'm sorry, we take care of veterans better than anybody. I'm a witness. So we will do that if you continue to communicate with us today. I have a staff out in the back that is absolutely here to answer any benefit questions that you have. Then I just had one other thing that I wanted to tell you about. We do a lot of things at a town hall like this. We had one veteran come and ask us, it was a widow, and ask us, is this card legitimate? Should I be responding to this? And it turns out that it was a national fraud campaign that helped folks all over the United States and nationally made the papers about what that fraud attempt was. We got to take care of each other. Any of those fraud attempts that you think or you're suspicious, get it to your local county guys, get it up to the VA and any of the places that you do. Let somebody know of any suspicion that you have that someone is trying to take advantage of our heroes. One last thing, I know they should have never given me the mic, I get it. But one last thing, our Secretary of the VA is very, very active and busy in trying to do what I'm telling you, which is streamline veterans benefits, making sure that you get that you deserve. And he's laser focused in making sure that this entire organization stays with that vision and mission. So since that happens, I want you to know we have on the September the 10th through the 12th, we're going to have a Veteran Engagement Activity Center, and it is going to be in Lansing. It's a 3-day event that we all together come We make sure that we have VHA exams are there. You make sure that you are able to get your benefits and any questions that you have, survivor benefits, the NCA will be there. Everyone will be there with one focus on mind and see if we can bring all of those who haven't connected to the benefits that they richly earned, that we can get you connected. And if you are connected, that we can address any issues that you have. So again, that is September the 10th to the 12th. It'll be a media announcement as well, but come and give us the honor of taking care of you and serving you during those days. And that trust score, I get every bit of my healthcare benefits from my organization, which is the VHA. I have personally been in the emergency room, I've been an inpatient, I've voiced and filled out survey after survey, because I truly believe that us as a partner, VA, is trying to get it right for you. And yes, they have my trust, they have my full trust. Not that I can't get insurance other places. There's no place that understand my story, that know how it feels, you know, when I'm gotta tell you about low crawling under barbed wire. I have to tell you my story, right? And that you understand me in that way. I feel like VHA is my home, and that's why it's my choice in medical care. But it's not just that. I want you to go and experience, if you had an experience that wasn't there a long time ago, and see our VHA today. Along with our country celebrating 250 years, they're celebrating 80 years of serving us with the greatest healthcare system in the world. So I appreciate the trust scores, because one trust score for all of us in VA means that we're trying to get it right. Y'all can take the mic now.
Thank you. All right, before I get started, I want to recognize that there are some informational tables out in the lobby. We have women's health there, social work services, mental health crisis. We also have VBA. We have the business office, enrollment eligibility, My Healthy Vet, and travel, Benny Travel. And also CDCE, we have volunteer services is out there too. So please partake before you leave. And I do want to have a shout out to Katie Lasinski. Okay, your dad told me to take care of you, so I don't know why he asked me to do that for you, but I certainly will.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so next, if you hadn't had the opportunity to write a question or paper, written on paper, up front is Ms. Sharita Johnson. She will get those paperwork from you. And I'm asking Natisha to come up front to do the mic on the other side for veterans who cannot walk to the mic. So we'll start with our first question, and this comes from Dr. David Jones. Where are you, Dr. Jones? Okay, your question you're asking is, when I call the VA in Greenville, the phone system does not connect with the department. So I want to ask Mr. Bogan, you want to address that part? And the second part of his question is, VA stopped prescribing my meds, say not on the formulary. Now I have to get the meds at a full price for my medication. So that would be, you don't want to address that? Okay, Dr. McCallum will address that part. So Rich, you want to address the part about the telephone system?
Test. There we go. All right. Hey, I'm Rich Bogan. I'm the administrative officer for the CBOCs. And about the phone call, we do have a phone tree when you dial in. If the phone's not going through, actually, I'd like to speak to you right after this. Could you confirm yet? Yes, sir. Hey, yeah, I'd like to get with you afterwards too, just to find out what department you're trying to get to so we can actually research. And honestly, I'll call the clinic myself together with you, and then we'll see what we get through. Okay?
Okay, Dr. McCallum?
Yes, sir. And as far as your specific medication goes, that's obviously a very individualized thing. So we'll be happy to get with you in private and see what we can do and see what's going on there. It's probably not something for the big four.
Yeah, I agree with
Also questions the VA standard of care. Because it seems like in the private world, it's a little different than in the VA.
I think what I heard was you questioned the VA standard of care as far as what we look at as standard of care. I will assure you that that's looked at heavily on lots of different levels, and sometimes what's supported by the literature is different than what goes on in the private world, and sometimes there's more than one way to skin a cat. So again, that's one of those things where I think probably we'd have to look at things individually as far as what we're talking about here and have a discussion probably offline.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone from the business office inside? Okay, this question is, when will enrollment and eligibility specialists be hired in Greenville, Spartanburg?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, this is Mr. Collier, I'm the supervisor for eligible enrollment. So the answer to that question is it's being looked upon at this time. So just once leadership gets back to me, then we can give you more definitive answer from there. So it's being looked upon.
Did y'all understand this question? It was kind of muffled up here from us. Can you
hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. So again, my name is Mr. Collier. I'm the supervisor of eligible enrollment. So that person that's we're trying to get a person in Greenville. It is looked upon our leadership at this time. So once that leadership look upon and they see what determined that that's going to happen, then I can give you more definitive answer from there. But at this time, it's being looked upon in the head check.
Okay, thank you. The next question. Can y'all hear me? Okay. What document will I need to secure a health ID card from the Anderson VA clinic?
Say it one more time, please.
So they're asking, how can they get an ID card?
Oh, well, ID card is simple. Either A, you can go to the Anderson clinic and you can just go to eligible enrollment. And then once you go into eligible enrollment, I have a representative there and she can take care of you. Once you apply for the VA card there, give it about 10 to 14 days for it to come in. And then also, you can apply it through the mail. And if you want to get a card through the mail, I have a station that's out here, and we can just go ahead and apply from there. So it's two ways to do it, either in mail or in person.
Okay, if you have any other questions about that, you can talk to Mr. Collier after the meeting. The next question comes from Dwight Hines, and this is for VBA. What VA medical benefits are available to an individual awarded the Southwest Asia Service Medal?
Okay. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Can't hear you. Now you can. Okay, so the benefits aren't specific just to the medals. It is dependent on whether you were injured or have an illness as a result of your service. So again, all of my folks that are here will go gladly to look at your records, look up and see what you're eligible for, and to see what current disability that or injury that you're experiencing. And benefits will be awarded according to any injury that incurred or as a result of your service.
Okay, Mr. Hines, VBA's in the lobby. If you want to talk with them a little bit more, there we definitely will address your concerns. Our next question is for Social Work Services. Ms. Chen. Is this come from Tom Erklinson? And Richard Campbell facility, is it part of the Veterans Affair?
Hi, I'm Shin Yoon, Assistant Social Work Chief. I'm also covering for the Chief today. Richard Campbell is one of the state veterans homes. There's a website that lists all the state veterans homes in South Carolina, as well as across the United States. Was there another part of the question I
Yes,
can
only
answer?
there, only if they're associated with us.
Okay, sure. Yes, if we have a table in the back, if you'd like to come and talk to us. Thank you.
Okay, there's social work informational table in the back. If you need some more information, they'll be glad to give
Are they
that to you.
part of the VA?
There's a question from the floor. If the state veterans home is part of the VA, so the state veterans home is operated by the state of South Carolina, but VA still monitors care for veteran patients who are there that are part of under VA care, but they are operated by our partners at the state.
Okay. Our next question is from Mr. Avery Jr. Mr. Avery? Okay. Why does it take so long to get an appointment? So are you talking about a primary care appointment or a specialty care appointment?
Audiology.
Cardiology?
Yes.
Audiology. Okay.
It's taken me, I applied for an appointment with them, and just get hearing aids checked out because I was experiencing problems with them. And it's taken me 7 weeks to get an appointment. I think that's kind of stretching things. This is in the Greenville facility.
Levi, if I heard you correctly, that's in Greenville,
Yes.
that you're looking to get access to audiology. So thank you for sharing this. So we can take this back, we can follow up with you to see where we are in terms of getting that appointment to you.
I have a terrible time getting a hold of them. In fact, I can't get a hold of them. I use the five digit dial code along with the Greenville Operation Center, and I can never get connected. Same problem as the gentleman over here had. And I finally have to go through to get a hold of audiology in Greenville. I have to go and dial the Columbia number and explain my problem, and then they hook me up with audiology in Greenville. That's happened on several occasions that I try to get a hold of them.
Mr. Avery, we do have a patient advocate that's in the area. Where is Jana? I'm gonna ask her to come help you to find out what's going on so we can track it and see why it's taking so long to get an appointment, and she will work with you. So that will be your designated assigned person.
I would appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Thanks. And your comment about the call center, I know that we've captured the initial comment, but thanks for sharing that as an additional experience so we can make sure that we're tracking and make sure those calls are getting to the right clinics.
And it is the right 5-digit code. Because I checked on that also. I thought maybe I had the wrong, or they changed the code on me, and they didn't, the 5-digit number. And that wasn't what happened. It's just that they can't connect.
Thank you. So we'll take that back for action for us.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, this question does not have a name associated with it, but this could be for anyone. I'm having problems with my knees. Everyone's telling me what the problem is, but no solution. Dr. Mustard want to answer that?
Whoever that is, if you'll please come see me, we'll try to peel back the onion and figure out what we can do to help you and get you to see the right person to see about your needs. We have some ortho coverage up here in the Anderson Clinic. We also have orthopods in Columbia. It may be something very simple. So just come see me and I'll help you. We'll figure it out together. Thank you.
Okay. This next question is for VBA. A veteran believes dental care should be provided to all veterans, especially older veterans who need it.
Okay, hello. All right, so I've heard the dental question several times. And the only way that you get service connected for dental from VBA is that there was trauma or injury to your teeth or to your gums. And that's the only way that you can get dental unless you are 100% service connected. The change that law is a congressional action and so regulation action, so we'd have to do it. But I have good news about this. Conversation is among our representatives in Congress, and I hear the discussions and I see that it's on the floor, that they do understand that dental leads to a lot of other health issues and they are connected. And so I'm just hopeful that the laws get changed to be able to accommodate dental as well as the other benefits. But at this time, the only way that VBA can give you, or you can get treated for dental, that the VHA can treat you, is if there has been service connected to 100% or you have dental trauma. But I am hopeful.
Okay, this question is again for VBA. What type of insurance can a veteran purchase?
So there is initial assurance that you can get, and I will tell you, you are eligible depending on what your benefits are, the level of your benefits, and when you receive them for several different plans. Every time I get the mic closer, I think you want me to perform. Hey, okay. So I'm back. So the insurance question is very, very serious, and I have like 3 folks out there. If you go and get all the information you need, and depending on where you are service connected wise and how soon that's been, there's several different plans that you can discuss with them. And that's why my staff is here. You see them in the blue, like this blue, they're there for a benefit to be able to help you and discuss that.
Okay, thank you. Next question could be for VBA again. I'm turning 65 in the coming months. I would like some information how the VA coverage and Medicare are handled for my health care.
Okay, congratulations. You know, that's a great accomplishment. But as far as being able to do your healthcare benefits, I am not sure how connected that would be. I know that if you are service connected, VHA continues to treat you. If you have additional insurance, I know they would like you to declare that additional insurance. But as far as Medicaid and Medicare, I do not know how that works. I do know that at that VAC, we do have someone that is coming there that talks about that specifics. But maybe someone on the VHA staff knows if there is any insurance that, or Medicare, does it really, or how does it work with your regular VA benefits? Sure.
So VA, the secretary often talks about ensuring that veterans have choices around getting their care. And we're seeking to continue to gain your trust in allowing us to care for you. However, we have many veterans who are eligible, whether through TRICARE, for retirees, or through Medicare. So for those veterans who are eligible for Medicare, your Medicare eligibility stands, and so you are able to use Medicare benefit. We are not able to bill Medicare, so if you have other third-party insurance, oftentimes when you show up to the clinic, our clerks will ask if you have a third-party insurance, and they'll capture that. But for Medicare, we do not bill Medicare because it too is a federal government benefit. But there is no impact to your VA healthcare benefit by you becoming eligible for Medicare. So you are still eligible to receive care through us. We're happy to provide that care to you.
Okay, and my last written question is for VBA. You can sing if you want to. I was just kidding. I'm a 100% disabled veteran. If something happens to me, will my significant other get anything from the government to help make ends meet after I pass away?
Great question. And again, I'm going to encourage you to get all the survivor benefits information, because this is the way that you should be thinking. That's part of our promise take care of them who are gone, and to take care of any family members after you're gone. There is certain criteria for your spouse to receive dependent indemnity compensation or death pension. And that's what I would want you to go and get that specific information. But generally, if you are 100% veteran and you've been 100% for 10 years, there is benefits that comes to your surviving spouse. Also, if you served in a wartime service, there is a wartime time period, and there's also death benefit benefits coming to you. So I would just encourage you to go out there and see the entire gambit, and we have information out there for you right now to be able to take back with you about survivor benefits. But gather all this information. I also love for you to make a preparation of all your 214 all your discharge documents. Let your spouses and your family members know what your service was, and collect all those documents now while it's on your mind. Please get survivor benefit information from the information desk, my folks.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next question is for VHA staff in Anderson. Do I need to make an appointment to chat with someone in Anderson about benefits? Not sure whether it's health benefits or VBA benefits. So both can be answered.
So BDA benefits, sure, you have Spartanburg, Greenberg, and the places that are around you. I don't have a VBA office directly in Anderson, but there are veteran service officers, county veteran service officers that can guide you through getting VBA benefits and VHA benefits.
And if it is for healthcare benefits, if you're here in the room today, we actually have team members who can assist you today for the access to those healthcare benefits that you're seeking for here in Anderson.
This next question is, do you periodically send out information or updates as a result of responses to surveys?
So thanks for this question. I'm just getting here. And so I'm not certain how that feedback loop is communicated back back to our veterans. However, I do know that a lot of the information that's received is used to drive improvement. So we have a process improvement team that's constantly working to identify where we have gaps. There was some discussion about some recruitment. So understanding where we have access challenges to see where we need to identify areas to better recruit additional staff in certain areas where we have access challenges. And so the data that we receive is constantly being used into the inputs for decision-making for the operations. As Dr. McCallum mentioned, it is so helpful to receive those surveys when you receive them because it gives us the opportunity to hear from you post those appointments that you have.
Okay, and to add to that, Mr. Branch, are you here? Well, Public Affairs also sent out our results, also survey results. We also send them to the clinic so they can post them accordingly. We try our best to give information at meetings such as this. We do have patient advocates that go out to the clinic and just to let them know what's going on with survey results. We have focus groups also, focus group and patient panel discussion and coffee and chat with leadership, just to give updates of what's going on and to hear your feedback. So we actually call you, being a patient advocate or someone from that area, call you and ask you to participate. Please allow us to come and join us because we want to hear your feedback. And the only way for us to improve is to hear how we're doing. And if we're not meeting your needs, then there's something that we need to do so we can meet your needs. Without your voice, we can't improve.
Good morning. Two parts. First part, I've dealt with Greenville Clinic and the Anderson. Great service. My problem is trying to get disability appeals. I've been waiting for an appeal now 16 months. And why is that? It shouldn't take that long for an appeal for a disability claim. and everything's in my file.
That's VBA, and I'm sure she's gonna tell you, give it to her team in the back, but I'm gonna let her tell you that.
So I need to clarify an appeal. Are you talking about a traditional appeal or an appeal?
I'm waiting now for a video conference, I was told.
Okay,
But 16 months later, every month I get an email, yet you're not in the system. Well, we haven't got to you yet.
okay. So don't know exactly where that's coming from, but we have 3 decision review operations centers that are located in the country. One is in Seattle, one is in St. Petersburg, Florida, and one is in Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. Those 3 places set up a video conference for you if you wanted a higher level review for your case. And they are not running 16 weeks,
16 months.
17 months. They're not waiting 17 months. You have a promise of about 125 days. So there is something that is gone awry, which we can act as a conduit for you because you're a regional officer here in South Carolina. So all I need to do is get your information. I can get you an answer today about where you are in the process, in the system, and why. Did you identify a representative that you would like to be in a video conference with you on your phone?
My PA liaison, she worked well with me. She did everything.
Okay, got it. So then I'll work with you guys today. We'll see if we can't get an answer as to where you are in the process, because it doesn't take that long, so I'll figure it out.
Okay, this next question is from John D. Who's that? John D? Okay, I don't quite, can't read what you're asking. To get a telephone number without an appointment, Nodding Anderson?
Okay. I'm fairly new at this, but when I go into the Greenville office, I can go in without an appointment, and I can take a number, and if a person becomes available, then I can just go in. In Anderson, I don't always have to make an appointment just to get anything routinely done. I have to travel to either city because I live out in the country. But I wonder why we can't have a system in Anderson where you can just drop in and get somebody when their availability comes up.
Anyone from Anderson would like to address that question? Are you talking about for a primary care appointment, or are you talking about what kind of appointment?
Well, I can, foot care, opticians, that type of thing. Not general care, but specific. If I'm in Greenville and I have a problem with my glasses, I can just drop by the place, take a number, and when someone becomes available, they'll see me. That's what I'm wanting in Anderson.
Hey, sir. Hey, this is Rich again. I'm the administrative officer for the CBOCs. I also have Dr. Decker with me. But in Greenville, the only one that actually has the ticket process, if you will, is optometry. It's for the optical shop.
Right.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what I
glasses. Yes, sir. But for the other medical services, we don't actually have that. But we can, you can go in as a walk-in basis. Once again, it'd be preferred to come in as a scheduled basis. You can set up your appointment multiple different ways for whichever department you're going for. If you want to come see us afterwards, or if we can find you, we can find out what service you're actually looking to get in with and see if we can kind of pay that way for you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, those are all the written questions that I have. If you can raise your hand if you have a verbal question that you would like to ask.
Thank you. I'm Tom Von Canel. I'm a veteran advocate. I first want to thank you all for coming, because I think it's great that we have the opportunity to see you face to face. There are a lot of veteran advocates here in the room, and the more we have this kind of conversation, the better off we are. As a veteran advocate, most of the veterans that I deal with won't come to this forum. They are the untethered veterans that you were talking about. And my question is, how do we get a hold of those untethered veterans. I mean, just last week, last Thursday, I went to a veteran in Townville, and he's in a stroke, he's in a double wide. His wife's been taking care of him. His son has had to take a double shift. He's a firefighter. His daughter-in-law has had to give up her job to take care of him. I know that it was just, I just found out about it last week, but I'm trying to figure out how we can come up with a Dick and Jane approach to care, the tips, the traps, and the techniques. So when we get this information, we know exactly how to flag it up on different lines. And for me as a veteran, I've been doing this for 12 years. I can go and see John Hembry. I can go and go to either Vets Helping Vets in Anderson, or I can go to Upstate Warrior Solutions. But I'm just trying to figure out how I can get a piece of paper to say, this is what you need to do in a way that they can understand it. Because they don't have a computer, they don't have an iPhone, they just have a landline. And they have a lot of relatives trying to help them out. I know that's a pretty big question. I know you can't answer it right away, but if we could have some kind of a patient pathway or tips, traps, and techniques, like get your DD Form 214, get enrolled in the VA health program, and this is how you do it. It would really help us out, because I know we're all trying to help the untethered ones, and the untethered ones won't come to us. Somebody will drop them in our laps. And that's how we get them. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that comment. I think your point is very well taken. Oftentimes the Secretary talks about, of course, all of the veterans that we care for, but all of the veterans who have earned the right to be cared for VA, who may not be connected. And as we know, the veteran community is not only large in South Carolina, but it's large and growing. And so we're seeing more and more veterans here in the community. And so I think partnering, to your point, in forums like this, but also ensuring that we have a very clear pathway from when you hear this information, how can you get that to us so we can make sure that we're connecting our outreach teams to you so that we can get that information to those veterans. So that is a point very well taken. I think we can take back to see how we can use the current resources that we have to make sure that those connections are made and that you're aware of who to reach out to.
And the other thing I'd say is you all are our best avenue as far as getting people to trust VA and come to us. And it's a whole lot easier if we can get them enrolled before that type of thing is necessary as well. So I know I'm preaching to the choir, but we really appreciate all you all do to say, hey, even if you're not going to use it right now, come enroll with us. And that means that by the time you get to that, we're not behind the eight ball trying to get things going there. So it's really helpful also, like I said, even if you're not going to use it immediately, to go ahead and get set up beforehand. And like I said, we really appreciate you all partnering with us to do that as well.
And so I would add to that, that's exactly, this is what I was going to say to you, but it takes the village, especially for the untethered that I have been studying for the 3.5 years I've been your director. I will tell you that we have beefed up our community engagement boards, trying to make sure that you get connected to a community. And as we speak, the state, and the federal, and the local, all of us are trying our best to get a one-stop shop communication so that you have that sheet. You know what our benefits are and what we can do when you do that, when you get a veteran there. But the only way that they understand is by testimony of you who are reaching the tentacles. That's why we're so laser focused on supporting community advocates, local, nonprofit, for-profit, anybody here in South Carolina that is trying to get and reach a veteran. We're all for you, and you're right. We need that one-stop shop communication, that there's no closed door for a veteran when they come to get benefits and service rooms. You need to acknowledge all of the veteran advocates here that do that. You want to know why the director said that we're growing with veteran population when other states are declining? It's because when we have, like VAC, like I just mentioned, there are veterans that come from Texas, that come from Florida, that come from all over because they hear that that heart that you just said to us exists here in South Carolina, and it does. So the way we get to the untethered veterans is when they do drop in your map like that, you know exactly how to hook them up and get them communicating. And then we get one more satisfied customer testifying that we truly do care from our heart. So thank you for that.
I would also add that the county service officers, there's a county service officer in each county of South Carolina. We present twice a year at their conferences. They know us, they have our contact information, they're a great resource. They're out where all the veterans live, and really, this is not terribly uncommon, but we'd love to help them. Yeah, absolutely.
I understand about the county resource officer, or the VA, the county VA officers and everything else. I guess my point is, there's got to be something about triage, right? I mean, all of a sudden, we come to a point that we find a veteran that's that has had a stroke. He's in a hospital bed somehow in the middle of his double wide. There are 5 trash bags full of his diapers that his wife has put out the back door because she can't lift them. And I'm trying to figure out, what number do I call? I know I call 911 when there's a wreck and they say, what's your emergency? And they happen, and it's great. But now, you know, what do I do, or what do we do when we find a similar 911 type of emergency for a veteran that doesn't require EMS, but it does require VA? That's what I'm looking for. We may not have it, and I don't want to take up all the time, but that's where we have to have some kind of a rapid response that way.
Can I add to that, please? Okay, there's a lot of things that we have in place. That one thing that we have that we work closely with social work services, that is the patient advocate. Ms. Janet Van Horn is in the back there. We have that avenue. If you have a veteran that needs assistance of any type, you can call that number and we will make the connection with any other service that needs to be involved, whether it's social work service, whether it's primary care, whether it's a specialty clinic that needs to be involved, we will make that happen. And what we have is a patient advocate tracking system. Once you make that complaint or the concern to us, it goes into our database. We have a way to track when it was called, who's assigned to, and we have up to 7 days to respond back to that concern. And if it's an emergency of some sort, we definitely would do a quicker turnaround time than that. But Ms. Van Horn, would you give him all this information that he needs? And we want all the veteran service organizations to have this information. You are our voice. You are out there in the field. We do have military and VA people that do outreach, but without that telephone number to connect with us, to make things happen for those veterans that are in need, especially our spouses that do not know how to maneuver the system, it can be very daunting at times, very hard. So we are trained to help you with that. So we want to be there for you. We don't want you to be hanging out there by yourself. So take me for my word. If that doesn't happen, you come back and look for me and say, you didn't keep your word, okay?
I just care about them. I don't care about anything.
I hear you. You're there for
I don't
them.
really care about saying you didn't make me worse. I want to help the veterans.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we all want to be there for them. So I'm giving you that avenue. Well, you know, well, keep me to my word, okay? Is there anyone else that have?
My time? Okay, thank you. I'm really, this is ironic. I've just been a veteran since January.
Can you put the mic to your?
I served in Vietnam, except for 64, and I never applied for anything to this December, and everybody's been gracious, and I really appreciate all the service. As a veteran, I'm proud to serve on that flag, proud to serve on the Christian flag. I've been on to do some veterans. But I have this issue. I've had hair lace for 16 years that I paid off from before I retired. And all of a sudden I started feeling they're very expensive. And all of a sudden, you're over years, 80 years old, I realized that that's a lot of money. Now I've been told when my brother had a brother's tonight, he was serving tonight. Another brother was serving, they doesn't have hearing aids. They kept telling me, said, I just got to be here. I said, I'm actually not working. I never went to approach the VA until January, December. But they were very quick to respond to me before I'm here. And I think it's very ironic that I'm talking to medical people about hearing aids. Because what my issue is, I've enjoyed hearing aids. I know it don't replace you here. But I just got the hearing aids about a week or two ago, and I tried to wear them. And these new ones have an impression that goes in your ear. And when I try to wear them, I don't know how many people have tried to talk to somebody or sing a song with earplugs in, but it's not, you're new, you just don't do it. That's what I'm experiencing with these hearing aids. And I've called people, I'm waiting on an appointment now, a follow-up, because they don't make the appointment real quick. And once you get used to wearing them, I can do that. And I understand it. But I lost 40% of my hearing loss. I go at 10% to the nose. And I'm humble and thankful for the VA. They're heading. I didn't go for a handout, but the need has been met. But my thing is how I went through this right here after I first got them. For the first day, 4 hours later, I said, why? Well, I think about these veterans that are committing suicide. I said, these hearing aids isolate me from her. I talk to my wife every day all the time. When I talk through these hearing aids that I have now, it's because my excessive hearing loss. I know why it made the impression. I understand that. But it makes me isolate myself in a way as a Christian and why husband and all kind of communicate, which it needed to, because especially with all these things like I still do. I don't just sit there and watch TV and hang out some people. But my thoughts was, I appreciate you. I'd like to see him make it, because I'm in the Red River Fall. I haven't even been back. I'm so many weeks. I haven't been back yet. And to make some kind of talk with the lady that, the nurses are not the issue. But my thought was this when I was talking to my wife about it. I said, I wonder if these veterans that are living a very isolated world to start with, their social skills. My question is, what does it do? Can there be a survey made or something? If these certain veterans commit suicide, are they wearing these hearing aids? They're like they're in a box. When I talk about now, I feel like my head's in a box, and I'm bouncing back within you. They just block everything out. And that's what they're designed for. But it's an emotional thing with me to think about. Maybe this causes people with a serious mental problem that's having to say they're separated from people to start with. Is it affecting? Is there any way to find out if a lot of these people make it hard? Going through certain things that cause them to be in depression to start with. And we didn't trigger anything. There'll be some kind to try to follow through and find out people. These are just this type of interfering with depression. That's part of it. But it makes me feel very isolated. I sing Christian songs myself. I sing in church. I don't sing in choir. I sing them. I love the praise that functions. It's 10 years over I've saved. I'm going on. As a Christian, but I sing them. I love singing. But when I try to sing with these in, I don't know right now. I'm talking, I sound crazy myself. I have to talk. But I have the other ones with me. I guess if I couldn't, I'd try to take them out. Because those others equalize the sound is natural. These not that way. We should be dressed. I was talking to it. That was very ironic, but here I come, first time in a meeting. And I've had that I can talk. It is the first time you use your services. But that's my thought was those people that are maybe
Okay, Dr. McCallum.
isolate themselves, maybe it's affecting them if they are, maybe change these things from this type of, I'm getting ready to talk about that, back to like what I have when they had this little thing on the end of them, that equalize everything, and you're not in the box.
Okay. Okay.
That's complicated, that's my.
All right, I know you got a lot there.
Yes, sir. If I hear you right, it sounds like, in all honesty, the whole point behind the hearing aid should be to connect you back with your community rather than the other way around. So I have to wonder if we don't need to take a look at that for you, and we'll be glad to talk to you and see what we can do there. But no, you should not, a hearing aid should not make you feel isolated from your wife or not be able to sing or anything else like that. So I have a feeling there's a tuning issue there, but we need to we'll be glad to take a look at that for you.
Okay. I do have a couple more written questions here. This is for VBA. Want to know about burial benefits and cemetery planning. Does that person need to have an appointment at the Greenville Clinic to talk to someone about that?
I don't know that the Greenville Clinic, but burial benefits, one of the NCA, National Cemetery Association, one of the greatest honors that we have as far as benefits are concerned. But I need to know specifically what are your burial questions. And so we can also get that information to you. And I don't know if there is at the Greenfield Clinic a NCA person that comes and be there. So I don't know that the Greenville Clinic has those answers. But two things I would really want you to do is be in contact with your county veteran service officer who is in direct contact with all of the administrations to be able to help you. But today we have folks out there that can connect you with any burial benefits that you want to know about. There is, if a veteran dies in a VA facility, there's one set of benefits. If a veteran dies as a service-connected injury, there's other sets of benefits. So that's a very complex question, but we are here and we'll be here all day long to answer specifically what your burial questions are.
Okay. This next question is for Dr. McCallum. And is there any consideration of using a hyperbaric chamber of medicine at Dorn?
Hyperbaric?
Yeah.
So that's actually a very specialized thing, and it's not on the agenda right now, of which I'm aware. That said, it is available locally. It's one of those things that's on a case-by-case basis. So I'm not sure that from a standpoint of, we'd have to look at the numbers, but I'm not sure that putting it in Columbia would be it would be something that would be feasible, but certainly if it was something that became the standard care for lots of things that we took care of, it's certainly something we'd look at.
Okay. This question is for Greenville Mental Health. Okay, Greenville offers PTSD classes. Is it possible to get someone to live stream those classes for veterans who cannot get to those classes?
Sure, yeah, thank you. I'm Dr. Davey Tranka. I'm the Upstate Mental Health Section Chief for Greenville, Anderson, Spartanburg, and Rock Hill. We're actually going to be adding some additional group services in Greenville and Anderson, specifically for PTSD and PTSD coping skills. That'll be done over remote, VBC, and in person. So that's coming, but if you have specific requests or questions, I'm happy to meet with you afterwards.
Okay. We have one more question. Who has it?
Hey, go ahead, Larry. HB4B. First of all, I'd like to thank y'all for even holding this segment, because the more information we have to assist our veterans, especially our homeless veterans out there. My name is Larry Turner. I am lead outreach coordinator for Awesome Move Society. I travel South Carolina each and every day. One of the biggest things that I find out is communication and transportation. Veterans is having a very hard time trying to meet their appointments because they don't have transportation and no communication because they cannot afford cellular phone. Is it anything that you all could do to assist them in that area?
I do know that we have DAV transport. The cell phone is important for, we do have Uber that we can use for distances that are further away from our veteran transportation system, which is 25 miles from the facility. It would be an extreme challenge we use Uber quite a lot for those distances, but the veteran does have to, that's one of the requirements. We just had a training on this last week, that a cell phone is required. So I'm not sure, we'll just have to put our heads together to see who needs transportation help and what we can do to get them to their appointments.
Hi, I'm a mobility manager, Marshawn Martin. So that's a great question. We are working on avenues for veterans in this situation. So we are looking at possible vendors, contractors that can service ambulatory trips other than Uber, that can get veterans to and from their appointments. So I'm gonna give you my card and we can connect and ask some information.
Thank you. And maybe the application process to be a volunteer driver could shrink a little bit, not have to go all the way to Columbia to do it from the state. Maybe that's something we can look at as well. Thank you for coming out and welcome to South Carolina. It's a great state. It's the best one that I know of. And Mr. Collier, when we're looking at enrollment and stuff, are we looking at the seat box to add somebody like Anderson? Are we looking at that? That's one thing I just want to ask. And then when someone is applying for a HISA or a TRA or SHA, SAH, that process is a long process, and it just seems like there's not enough contractors out there to assist those veterans that are needing ramps. So we pull in, Purple Heart Homes and other avenues. I know it takes a village, but if we say we're going to do something, maybe we should do it. And then in staff at Anderson for people in crisis. So if I have 3 veterans in crisis that show up at Anderson, are they going to be able to be seen? Because I've had a few say, hey, they had to come back the next day or the next day, or have to drive over to Greenville. Can somebody tell me the number of staff for someone in a mental health crisis at Anderson? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Again, Dr. Utranka, thanks for the question. We do have on site, we have 3 therapists, 2 psychiatrists, and a mental health RN. We also have she's actually way back in the back corner. I won't have her stand up, but we have a brand new counselor for the Anderson Clinic as well, Ms. Taylor Wilson. So happy to have her. And yeah, by and large, same-day access is available in Anderson Clinic. It is a smaller staff, so if there are 3 in a row, there may be a little bit of a wait. However, we pull in as many people that we have available, including our primary care mental health staff to help manage that. So you do not have to go all the way to Greenville. We coordinate right there in the clinic. All right, thank you.
Okay, I do have a couple more that I missed that were online. And after this, we'll turn it back over to our medical center director. The first question is for community care. Thought you were gonna get away, huh? How's the VA getting away from denying community care for things that pertain to whole health?
Could someone clarify a little bit whose
It's
question was that?
online. It's online.
Oh,
It was an
okay.
online question.
So community care does offer comprehensive integrative health options. Those include like massage therapy, acupuncture, Tai Chi, a couple others that are just not coming to me right now. Apologies, I'm Caitlin Earhart. I'm the Assistant Chief of Community Care. I should have introduced myself first. So if your provider enters a referral sheet for some of those options that would kind of fall under whole health, there is an option to be able to send you out into the community, and we have vendors and network that we can send you to for those services.
And I'm sure if that person online needs additional information, you can contact community care. Do you want to give them a number to call?
Don't have it off the top of my head. If we can put it into the chat on
Okay.
this so that the ACD line number is put in there.
All right, thank you. All right, the last question is, I had my VA benefits reduced to 0 after 11 years. I was told that was because the VA does not recognize reserve service as qualifying. How is that possible?
So very general, and we do recognize active duty service and veteran status, no matter what branch that you served or what section that you served in. So I would have to know the particulars of why you were reduced. If you improve in an area where you have been granted service connection and your medical documentation now says that you have approved or improved, then on that review, you could face a reduction. But for your specific case being reduced to 0, I would have to refer you back and let us see the medical diagnosis that helped that decision be made. All VBA decisions for compensation are made off of medical recommendations and opinions, and we apply the applicable law to those diagnoses. So if you did improve or gotten better, then there would be a reduction because it is how old are you in that disability. So your specific case, if you feel that your reduction is an error, that every decision that VBA makes, you have a right to appeal that, to get an explanation as to why that happened. So either if you're here, you can go to my staff and get that, or if not, please, please, please appeal what you believe you disagree with that decision.
Okay, thank you. And like I said, that's the last of our questions, and we're returning back to our Medical Center Director for some closing remarks. And thank each and every one of you that are coming out today to get an update about what's going on with our medical center and with the CBOCs. And thank you, staff, for representing us and giving that information available for the veterans and their significant others. So, Mr. Arnett.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gregg. Really appreciate you. And again, for all of our veterans, our colleagues, our partners here in the audience, I just want to say thank you for joining today. Again, this is my very first town hall. And so the first part of us continuing to improve the care that we're providing is to hear from you. And so as we kind of prepare to depart today, I want to say thanks to those advocates that are in the community. As we've already discussed, as we're continuing our work, not just at the main facility in Columbia, but here in our CBOCs, we know that there's a lot of veterans even in between there. And so as you are out engaging and encountering them, we will make sure that you have contact information to get them connected to our VA system so that we can partner with all of those community partners and within our system to get them to the services that they need. Also want to say thank you. I know Ms. Gregg mentioned some of our congressional partners. We can't do this work without our congressional partners to ensure that we have the resources to take care of the veterans across South Carolina. So I want to say thank you to them for joining us as well. I know that there was a comment that Ms. Jackson made about some things that require congressional changes. And so as we get that information, we share that with them and they partner with us to see how we can continue to improve the services that are authorized for our veterans across the country. And as we prepare to depart, I just want to share with you, just again, my philosophy around the work that we do. I believe that we have one job, and that's to care for veterans. Nothing else matters. If there are things that are barriers, today I heard that there were concerns around access. I heard there were some concerns around even being able to communicate with us through our phone systems. If there are things that are barriers that are getting in the way, now that we've heard them and that we know about them, we'll be taking those things back to see how can we remove those barriers to make sure that care is seamless for you. Today is the last day of August, and we are about to embark on a new month, September. And I would be remiss if I did not mention this as we prepare to start Suicide Prevention Month, which is the month of September. We talked a lot about healthcare today. We talked about benefits. And VHA, of course, we're concerned about your health, your well-being, but mental health is health. And I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge Suicide Prevention Month. And if you do not already have this number programmed in your cell phone or written down, held close by, the Veterans Crisis Line is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 988. And once you dial, you can press 1. You may not have a need for that information yourself, but for a friend, a family member, a comrade, or just a passerby who may be in a moment, they have a crisis, the Veterans Crisis Line is available to them. So again, that is 988, and you can press 1, and there's someone there all the time to assist. So the Secretary has been laser focused in ensuring that we are not only provide healthcare services, streamline benefits, but wanting to make sure that we're focused on reducing suicide amongst our veterans as well. So I just wanted to make sure I share that as we prepare for September, which is Suicide Prevention Month. With that, this is my first time seeing you, but it will not be the last. I will be excited to be back to continue to have this dialogue, this conversation with you, to continue providing services here in the upstate. I'll turn it over to Ms.
I forgot to mention this, and my apologies. I want to thank the staff at this venue for allowing us to come here to your Performing Arts Center to host our Veterans Town Hall meeting. It's very comfortable. The temperature is great. So thank you very much on behalf of the REACT. That's it, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.